Hello everyone, this is Zach and welcome back to the Aeong show. Today is Thursday and so we are talking once again about last night's AEW Dynamite episode. The post Dynamite straight after WrestleDream. A lot of big stuff happened on pay-per-view, so let's get right on into it. The show started off with the Trios Tag Team title match. Of course, at WrestleDream, the Hurt Syndicate beat the Demand, so they got a title shot against the Ops, which is tonight. Starts off the show. Really good match. I mean, a lot of good stuff with like Shibata and Shelton Benjamin getting into it, Joe and Lashley, Hobbs and Lashley really going back and forth. Just a lot of good stuff with all the two teams, all the combination of stuff, especially now that the Ops are like heel now. So you have Shibata acting as a heel, Hobbs being more heelish, Joe, of course. I mean, Joe's just always Joe, but you know. And of course, the Hurt Syndicate taking on the more de facto good guy role here. But yeah, great match to start off the show. The Ops did win. Joe got the submission on MVP, so they're still tag team champions. Joe, another promo talking about how he will, he's gonna get that belt, and so we'll see what happens more between him and Hangman because they are definitely far from done. After that, Chris Statlander accepted Mercedes Moné's title match for Full Gear, so we do know now our first match for Full Gear. Chris Statlander defending her AEW Women's World title against Mercedes Moné. They had a great match last year. Should be another great match this year, especially with how Statlander's grown. But we'll get more into that a little bit later on. We had Darby Allin out to cut a little promo. I mean, it was just a quick, clear promo, just like him saying how, he was never going to lose that I Quit match because he was never going to give up, while Moxley was willing to do that. He's not done with the Death Riders, so as long as the Death Riders are around, he's going to be there watching them, and he's going to be there to, take it to them. So again, just quick promo, hype up Darby. Again, big win in the main event of WrestleDream, so he's coming in hot after this one. After that, we had a little thing from Jurassic Express. They want to go after the tag team titles, so that's what their future entails. Again, great win at WrestleDream over the Young Bucks for them, so they're $500,000 richer, but they want the titles as well. Then we had the four-way tag team match between Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter versus Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne versus Julia Hart and Sky Blue versus Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. All four of these teams are going to be in the new women's tag team title tournament to determine who's the new champions. Whoever wins this match gets to pick who they face in the first round. Really fun match again. Can't wait for this tag team title tournament. Finally, the women going to get a tag team title. And this was a great tag team match. Again, a bunch of different interactions between all the different teams. In the end, Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata did come out with the win. They had a pretty nasty finisher on Penelope Ford where they both hooked her arms. Queen Aminata hit her with the headbutt, and then Jamie Hayter hit the Haterade lariat for the 1, 2, 3. So they got the win. They get to pick who they get to face in the first round, and they went straight and challenged. They want the Sisters of Sin of Julia Hart and Sky Blue in the first round. So there's one match we have known already. We'll get into the rest of them later on when they're announced. But yeah, should be good stuff. After that, the Young Bucks, again, demanding another tag team title match. They wanted more money because, of course, they did lose the pay-per-view, so they didn't get that $500K. Tony Khan comes out, says, okay, you want a match against anyone with any partners? Sure. You get to face Jet Speed and Jurassic Express on Saturday at Collision for $400,000, but you have the team with FTR. So that'll be interesting. Of course, the Bucks and FTR have had a lot of history since FTR joined the company, and even before then, all their stuff on social media. And now, another big match for them. That's going to be a good 8-man tag match on Collision, so can't wait for that one. After that, we had the big Mercedes Moné 12-belt celebration, but it didn't start off with Mercedes Moné. Instead, it was Mini Moné, of course, the puppet created by Harley Cameron, was celebrating with Renee in the ring. Mercedes came out all pissed. She, just rants about everyone, not taking her seriously, even though she's done all this stuff. She's won all these titles. She's sick of being disrespected, especially by Harley. So she slams Mini Moné into the cake that was prepared for her. And while it looks like, okay, she's going to take it to Harley and beat her up, of course, who else was hiding under that table but Chris Statlander, the Women's World Champion, who then throws Mercedes into the cake, and then throws her through the table as well. You know, Stat looking good, standing tall over Mercedes. Mercedes, while she is now 12 belts, Monet, getting a little bit of cake taken care of there. After that, we got a little promo from Jon Moxley before his match with Kyle O'Reilly. This was post-match, so right after the I Quit match, him in the locker room talking. And I mean, just another great promo from Moxley. I mean, Moxley is just, I've been saying it like in every single video, he's on fire. Another great promo, just kind of talking about, again, how he didn't think that Darby had that in him. Like, the strength of Darby is what won him over. He knew he was never going to beat Darby during the match. He realized that he was never going to beat him. And so, he gave up. He quit. Leads us into the next match, which is him versus Kyle O'Reilly. And this was absolutely phenomenal. Like, I love this match. Like, top to bottom, this was just fantastic. Probably my favorite. Tough with the main event, but like maybe my favorite match in the show. Like, just really good stuff. Love to see Kyle O'Reilly in more matches like this, because again, Kyle's always been. I've loved Kyle since like he first showed up in Ring of Honor, like in 2009. Loved him in New Japan when he was like a junior and doing all that stuff. Like, of course, in NXT and all that. All his runs, I've always loved Kyle O'Reilly. I love his style. It's very technical, very hard hitting, very submission based, grappling based. I love that type of stuff. And so him and Moxley, just like perfect combination, the two of them. Both hard hitters, both have a lot of grappling. Again, Moxley does a lot of training of like jiu-jitsu and stuff, so he has all that grappling background. Of course, we know O'Reilly does as well. So the two of them are just a perfect mesh together. A lot of just great grappling in this match, good submissions, good counters, good back and forth of the strikes, just a real test of wills between them. Of course, again, it did seem like Brian was talking about it on commentary, how it seemed like Moxley was a little bit off. Just like he didn't seem the same as normal Moxley again after quitting in that match with Darby Allin, and that's probably like, tested him a little bit mentally. And you could see it during the match. He just wasn't the same. Kyle O'Reilly was taking it to him, like breaking him down, breaking down his leg, breaking down his arm, different submissions at different points to really take Moxley off balance. And it came down to one point where O'Reilly had him in an ankle lock, was really wrenching on it, and Moxley, gets to 1 foot, and the ref's in front of him, and he's like, he makes the call to, instead of he doesn't think he can win in this moment. Like he's too far gone in this match. He smashes the referee, and of course the other referees run down to disqualify the match. Kyle O'Reilly wins, and big brawl between O'Reilly and Moxley, and in come the conglomeration, in come the Death Riders, because they have a trios match like right after this. Everyone's like kind of going back and forth, but very contentious. Big win for O'Reilly, even though it's DQ, so he doesn't get like the full win of like making him tap out or like win, but he did he pretty much made Moxley quit in a way, because Moxley knew he wasn't going to win, but he didn't want to tap out, so he hit the ref instead. He pretty much gave up because he wasn't going to win. But really great stuff there. I like the stuff they're doing with Moxley right now. Again, I feel like, especially since he lost the belt, he's taken it to an even higher level. His story stuff is doing great right now. Again, there's kind of like some cracks in Moxley that he can't stop Darby. Like, no matter what he does, he can't stop Darby, and he can't convince Darby to join him. Like, Darby will just never quit, and he doesn't know what to deal with that. And so he's starting to break a little bit mentally. Again, O'Reilly and him, phenomenal match. Go check it out if you haven't. It's really worth it. After that, we had another trios match though. Roderick Strong and Mark Briscoe and Orange Cassidy versus Claudio, Wheeler, and Danny Garcia of the Death Riders. Fun little match here. Again, love all the guys in this match. Great stuff between them all. Well, I love everyone but Wheeler. Just gotta say. But yeah, great stuff. The Conglomeration did get the win. They pinned Mark Briscoe, pinned Wheeler. Good stuff. After the match, more brawling between everyone. Darby did, it looked like they were going to have Claudio throw Orange Cassidy through the announce table like he did to Darby at WrestleDream, but Darby did sneak in and beat him up with the bat. And so, save the day. The Death Riders pissed. They go running off. I feel like we're building to, because I know Tony Khan did say he wanted to do a men's blood and guts as well as the women's one. So I feel like we're building up to that. Probably do like a Death Riders versus like Conglomeration led by Darby. Maybe someone, because it seems like Hangman and Joe are all busy, so they're not gonna be involved in it. So probably something like that, which I'm fine with. That'd be a great match as well. After that, we had a little promo from Mercedes, of course, covered in cake still. She's pissed. And who comes in but Athena, surprisingly, saying that, she'll be her tag team partner for the tag team title tournament, which is interesting. They're a big team. You have the forever ROH Women's Champion Athena. You have 12 belts, Ultimo Monet. So they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. After that, we had Kyle Fletcher, the Protostar, come out celebrating his big win at WrestleDream. Again, absolutely amazing match with Mark Briscoe, WrestleDream. One of the best matches. Just phenomenal. They've had great. Their previous 4 matches were great as well, but this one was just something else. Just absolutely phenomenal. Oh my god, that match, amazing. But who comes out though to interrupt them? But Mark Briscoe again. Kyle Fletcher, of course, did win the match by kicking Mark Briscoe in the nuts, leading to his finisher, 1, 2, 3. So, wasn't the cleanest win he's ever had. But so Mark Briscoe's like, hey, I don't need a million more chances. I don't need excuses, but I want one more shot at you to get that title. And, Don Callis says no, they leave, that's it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Probably lead to another match. Maybe with Don Band, maybe we'll figure it out. But I'd be down for another match because every time they're in the ring together, it is money. And after that, we did get the women's world tag team title bracket reveal. Interesting stuff in there. We had on the left side of the bracket, we had the Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter versus Sisters of Sin, Sky Blue and Julia Hart match. That's top left. Bottom left, we had Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron versus Athena and Mercedes Moné. Top right, we had Timeless Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa versus Riho and Alex Windsor. And then bottom right, we had Penelope Ford, Megan Bayne versus Ty J of Ty Mello and Anna J. Interesting bracket. Most of the teams we kind of expected. I feel like the only ones we didn't expect were Mercedes Athena, which was announced on the show, and maybe Alex Windsor and Riho. But besides that, everyone's pretty established for the most part. In my opinion, I really would like it if someone like Sisters of Sin or Ty J or Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford won, just because they've been the ones who have really been holding down the tag team part of AEW for women the entire year and all. They've been putting in the work, doing all these tag team matches, doing all these all-star women's matches and stuff like that. It's always been these teams consistently. You always see Julia Hart and Sky Blue in those matches. You always see Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne. You always see Anna J and Ty Mello. They've been tag teaming for years in AEW, really. Since the JAS stuff, they were tag teaming together. So again, I would love, before the JAS, they've just been tag teaming for a while. But so yeah, I would love to see one of those teams win. I don't really want the finals to be Mercedes Athena versus Tony and Mina. They are the biggest names out of anyone in the tournament, but they're kind of thrown together teams. Mina and Tony don't really tag that much for the most part. They're a duo in a way, but they don't have some long history of teaming. And then Athena and Mercedes are also just thrown together. So I don't really want one of those teams to just win and be the inaugural champion. I feel like you should celebrate one of the teams that have really been pushing through these entire times. Because these are the teams that are going to stick around. I feel like Tony and Mina are not going to be some long-term team. Because Tony is obviously going to go back after the world title at some point. Mina is also a big singles wrestler. We know Athena and Mercedes are not going to be the long-term tag team. That one's going to be pretty volatile at some point. So again, I'm hoping for one of those teams like Penelope Ford, Megan Bayne, Ty J, or Sisters of Sin. I'd love it for one of them to win the tag team titles first. If I had to pick one of the three, I'd probably say, it depends. If you want the feel-good one, go with Ty J. I kind of wish that they weren't immediately facing Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. That would be like a good finals matchup, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm interested in it, so we'll see what happens there. And then finally, in the main event of the evening, we had Kazuchika Okada versus Bandito for the AEW Unified title. And whew, this was a main event match. I mean, it's Okada, the Rainmaker, one of the greatest of all time, one of the greatest champions of all time, one of the greatest tournament wrestlers of all time. And then you have Bandito, who's on one of the biggest rolls this entire year, having phenomenal matches all the time, everywhere in different promotions all over the world. Like, he's doing it big this year. Tag team champion right now in AEW and ROH world champion. And these two just go at it. I mean, you've seen the chemistry that they've had in their tag team title matches that have happened the past month, and then like together one-on-one, just great stuff. It's what you can expect from these two. Lots of good counters and stuff like that. The ending especially was just like beautiful. I mean, Bandito and him going back and forth, trading the rain, like the Rainmaker into like the roll up was really tense. The Bandito Rainmaker was sick. The drop kick when he's going for the 21 plex was crazy. The drop kick in the corner. And then like Bandito hits the Rainmakers like real hyped up, hits the X knee. Then like he's going up for the 21 plex, sets Okada up. But Okada, smart, again, one of the smartest wrestlers ever. Instead of again, most wrestlers, they hang on the rope so Bandito can bounce off them, do the German 1, 2, 3. Okada smartly steps back from the ropes. Because, I mean, he did lose to the 21 plex of the pay-per-view. Bandito did pin him 1, 2, 3. So Okada steps back. So Bandito goes for his normal thing where he rolls off the guy's back, bounces off the rope, and then comes in for the German. But Okada's back away from the ropes. So when Bandito goes to do that, he just rolls straight over onto his feet. Okada lands right behind him, pulls him in. Rainmaker, 1, 2, 3. Amazing win. Classic Okada counter wrestling right there. Big win. Great, phenomenal main event. Afterwards, all the Don Callis family come out to celebrate with him, except for one person who makes his entrance separately, and that is, of course, the IWGP World Champion Konosuke Takeshita, who is rightfully pissed at Okada because, of course, they did lose at the pay-per-view because Okada Rainmakered Takeshita. I mean, it was an accident that he did hit him with it, but Okada was not upset that he hit him with it. He wasn't intending to hit him, but the fact that he hit him was kind of just like a bonus for Okada because he smiled, he gave him the middle finger, he was happy about it. And so, of course, Takeshita's a little bit pissed. Don and Fletcher go out there to kind of calm him down. Takeshita doesn't seem like he's calm. So we'll see what happens next. Of course, this match, this Takeshita-Okada match, has been building for a long time, and I cannot wait for when it finally happens. Takeshita's time in the Don Callis family doesn't seem to be that much longer. I'm kind of hoping he leaves, and of course Fletcher leaves, because I don't think either of them really needs it anymore. I think the Don Callis family definitely helped them a lot. I think Don definitely helped elevate them, gave him that stature. I mean, of course, Takeshita was already a major star in DDT and stuff before coming and joining the Don Callis family, but I think that being with Don and stuff is he has that certain cachet of you put him with people and it does make them feel bigger, and just the way he is. So I think he's helped Fletcher and Takeshita a lot in AEW, but I think they're both at the point where they're not really, especially Takeshita, he's definitely gonna. Fletcher's also kind of there for me, where it's they're not really bad. I feel like they're falling further away from being bad guys. Fletcher's still doing some bad guy things. Takeshita's not really anymore. But yeah, I think that the Don Callis family and Don have really helped Fletcher and Takeshita, but again, I think they're kind of at that point where they don't really need to be heels anymore. So we'll see. I think Takeshita's definitely be the first one to leave, and then Fletcher will follow pretty soon after. But we'll see. But yeah, phenomenal AEW Dynamite again tonight, coming straight off that pay-per-view. I mean, we didn't even have Hangman on the show, but still phenomenal. So we'll see what happens next on Collision and next week on Dynamite. Should be amazing. We got the whole Women's World Tag Team title tournament to look forward to. We have Blood and Guts coming up in November. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming on the horizon. We have Full Gear. We already know Statlander and Monet on there. We have a bunch more. I mean, we'll probably get a Hangman Joe match. but we'll see. Lots of stuff to look forward to. Thank you again for watching. This has been Zach with the Aeong Show. Subscribe for more, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. Peace.